Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next lesson in the Su-25 Cadet series. This time we're gonna learn how to employ the cluster munition, both the cluster bombs and cluster canister. Let's take a look what we have on board. From the left, the bomb type bombs, it's the RBK 500. It is a Russian cluster bomb. There's not much to it. It is just a cluster bomb, just like a Rockeye. There's many different cluster bombs. Some are made for armored vehicles. Some are made for more like soft skin vehicles. So check your description of the weapon when you're rearming to make sure you get the right one. Cluster bombs are very effective against the SAM site missiles from the SAM site, the radars, the command vehicles, soft skin vehicles, APCs, IFVs, and sometimes, if you're lucky, you can knock out a main battle tank with one. But make sure you have the right bomb for the right job. Closest to the body, we have the KMGU-2 cluster canister. If you take a look at the bottom of it, there's some kind of hatches. It looks like it can open up in the bottom. That it is because the canister itself does not drop. The canister stays on your pylons. It just opens up and releases the bomblets, the cluster munitions. So you employ these two in two slightly different ways. The cluster bombs you can deploy in CCIP or CCRP, just like an ordinary high explosive bomb. The canisters are more like you're flying over the target, so more like CCRP. You're not diving at the target and then releasing it. The parameters within you should employ the weapons are for the bomb. It is a maximum speed of a minimum speed, recommended minimum speed of 500 kilometers per hour, and up to Mach 2, 2,300. Some of them, I believe that some of them was used and designed specifically for the use on the MiG-25 RB, and the bomb designation has a T after its name, something to do with designation of thermo or heat, because when the MiG-25 flies so fast, heat builds up. So, but that is a completely different story. The altitude at which you should use cluster bombs are from 300 meters and up to 10 kilometers. That is a pretty wide margin, so do not get below 300 meters. The KMGU-2 cluster canister are designed to be employed from 50 meters to 150 meters. That means you need to get very low and fast. The reason why they are designed to be employed so low at such a narrow window of altitude is that the bomblets drops from the canister. That means there are many factors that can take the bomblets away and off to the left, right, or anything. So the closer you are to a target, the more precise you are. But there is a certain spread, so as long as you are roughly over the target, you are sure to hit it. The air speeds are 500 to 900 kilometers per hour. So minimum 500 kilometers per hour for both, minimum 300 meters for the cluster bombs and minimum 50 meters for the cluster canisters and maximum 150 meters. Up ahead we have our typical targets. What is it? Not. I just had a brain fart. Go to add to ground mode. Lower your gun sight. Take a look at it. Is the cluster bomb. That means at least 300 meters. Diving in. Lasers on. Wings level. Steady flight. Aiming at the tanks. Let's try that. Making sure the altitude is okay. Aiming at the middle of the convoy. Maintaining the wings level. 800 meters. Speed is fine. Drop at 500 meters. Lasers off. Boom. And one bomb got dropped. And no kills. Remember that if the bomb is called RBK 500, it is not 500 bomblets. It is the weight of the bomb, and that is including the bomb casing and guidance fins and so on. So it is not 500 kilograms of bomblets. The aim one was good, the impact was good, but the effect was not that good. So you see, even though I have the heaviest version of the cluster bomb on board, practically nothing happened to the tanks, although all the antennas, sensors and vision blocks are most likely destroyed. And let's go a bit faster now so we can release a bit sooner. Going for the APCs, wings level, lasers on. Not too fast, easy on the throttle. Release, lasers off. Boom. A bit long, but okay. If I hit exactly between number 2 and number 3 vehicle, I would have covered all of the vehicle. But as you see, only one vehicle got destroyed, even though I hit exactly on at least 3 of them. So yeah, don't expect wonders from these cluster munitions. Next, the cluster canisters. For your bomb settings, you need to be at the interval settings need to be at CMGU MBD. That is the correct setting for that cluster munitions. And you can select VC all, so both pylons or both canisters are being used. So share CMGU MBD and VC. And remember, minimum 50 meters, maximum 150 meters, speeds between 500 and 900 kilometers. That means I need to descend a lot. And I know that when I'm descending, my speed will go up. You don't need a perfect lineup, just a good enough lineup. But the better you have lined up, the better. And let's take a look. Yeah, a bit more forward. need to come down a lot. It is very important when employing the cluster canisters that your aim point is roughly 100 to 200 meters before the target. When you press the trigger, the canisters open and the canisters need time to open. I have opened, as you can hear. Maybe it was a bit overkill using both canisters on that row of tanks, but it looks nice. But as you saw, be very careful with which target you choose to use the canisters for, because you saw I'm at a steady level flight that low, so even a soldier with a pistol can shoot at you. So pick the right weapon for the right target and use them the correct way. Employ them the correct way. Use the correct employment or techniques. So that is how to use cluster bombs and cluster canisters. I would recommend you create your own mission and try out to see which cluster bombs for which target. That way you will never be surprised if the cluster bombs works or does not. So as you saw, 2 cluster munitions, a cluster bombs and 2 cluster canisters only got 1 armored personnel carrier. So don't expect wonders. Thank you.